Hello and welcome to Badminton Unlimited. Starting this week, we begin a 5-part series looking at the top contenders at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. We kick off with the most competitive discipline, the women's singles, as we speak to 5 of the top 8 qualified athletes about the challenges they faced in securing a ticket to Tokyo.
我觉得奥运还是一个就是非常神圣重大的比赛。
ずっと決勝で負け続けてはいたんですけど、世界ランキング1位にもなっていて
제가 열심히 해서 메달도 한번 따보고도 싶고 첫 처음이지만
Before we hear from the players, let's find out more about the qualification process. On June 15th, 2021, Badminton World Federation published the world rankings that determined the 172 athletes who qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Nations can enter a maximum of 2 players each in the men's and women's singles if both are ranked in the world's top 16. Otherwise, it's 1 place until the roster of 38 players has been completed. Each of the 5 continental confederations of Asia, Africa, Europe, Americas, and Oceania will be guaranteed at least 1 entry in each event. 6 spots are also made available through the Tripartite Commission invitation, with 3 each in men's and women's singles. If a player qualifies in both doubles and singles, an unused quota will be allocated to the next best ranked eligible athlete of that gender in the singles events on the BWF ranking list as of the 15th of June 2021. This ensures an equal number of 86 women's and men's qualifying. Based on the above rules, here is the final list of players who've qualified in the women's singles discipline. There shall be up to 16 seeded players in singles. The seeds for the 2020 Olympic Games shall be determined using the BWF rankings list on the 9th of July.
我觉得参加奥运是我算不打球前最后一个很大的比赛吧，因为我还没有想好说，如果我奥运打完了，我打完了这一年，我可能会继续打，或者是我不打了，我还没有想好。
The big question on everyone's mind is, when will Tai Tzu Ying retire? Not even the world number 1 knows, but what's certain is that Tai is preparing to give her best shot at the upcoming Olympics.
我觉得奥运还是一个就是非常神圣重大的比赛，对，我还是希望自己可以去拿到牌。我觉得第一次打12年的伦敦奥运的时候，自己还小，没有想那么多，就是很尽全力的去拼。那我觉得到第2次参加里约的奥运的时候是，给自己压力比较大。然后那时候就是还有加上受伤，我觉得整体的表现都不是那么的理想。那到这次我觉得自己的水平在比赛上面其实都算是达到还不错的水准，可是我觉得我在比赛的时候可能就是我不一定是只会输给很前面的选手，我有时候连很后面的我也会不小心打输。我觉得这是我比较大的不好的地方。对，所以我觉得在奥运还是会对我是一个很大的考验，因为我觉得我没有办法很好的控制在我想要赢得的比赛里面去做到最好的发挥。现在其实我觉得年纪比较大，因为又过了4年5年，今年到今年又多了1年，又多1岁，所以其实就觉得有慢慢感觉到说年纪真的是比较大，会比较多受伤。我觉得应该是恢复的时候，然后还会可能现在会比较多小伤痛，以前比较不会有很多小伤痛，可能就一下就好了，现在就需要花比较多的时间去处理。没有太多 对自己的表现上面去觉得很满意还是什么，因为我觉得我在比赛上面的时候还是会有比较多的失误，可能跟我的打法有比较大的关系，就是因为我可能都会要求的很高，希望球都落在每一个我想要的位置上，所以会造成我很大的失误。因为我觉得如果说我把我的球风改成打得很稳定的话，可能我就没有那些得分的方式了。在去年，其实我们要到全英赛之前，那时候疫情其实就有一点严重，所以我觉得我前几场在比赛的时候有稍微就是因为疫情的这个问题有一点分心。那时候每天醒来，我们都一直在看，就是英国当地的确诊数，那它一直在增加，然后我们台湾对英国的那个标准越来越严格，就是如果我们从英国回去的话，要那个隔离14天，而且14天就是隔离完14天之后回去的练习其实很差，状态很差，对，就一直想说哇，那就慢慢调整，因为后面也没有比赛，所以就一直在练习。那其实那时候我觉得也是蛮煎熬的，因为就没有一个目标去让你去练习的时候可以比较有动力，想要逼自己做得很好这样子。
With an Olympic bronze medal at the 2016 Rio Games, followed by a World Championships gold in 2017, the expectations for Nozomi Okuhara to deliver in Tokyo are sky high. But the 25-year-old's road to Tokyo has been anything but easy.
なんかリオの時よりは少し余裕を持ってその出場権獲得というよりもプレー面だったり勝負に対してこだわっていくところに視点を置きながらずっと今までやってきた感じかなと思っています。特に大きく言います2019年は一つもタイトルがなく、ただ6回決勝に立てたっていうところで自分の中で結構複雑だったんですね。その6回決勝に戦ったけど勝ちきれない自分の弱さと、でもその中でアベレージが上がっているっていうところを考えると自信にもつながる結果なのかな。そこの考え方、自分への捉え方っていうのがすごく難しかった時期ではありました。ただ私が目指しているものっていうのはやはり頂点なので、そこの決勝の舞台で勝ちきれない、そこっていうのは大きな差がある。優勝した人と準優勝の人とでは大きな差があると思っているので、そこに対してこれからどうその一つの壁を乗り越えていくかっていうところが2019年すごく自分の中で常に考えさせられていた部分ではあるんですけど、一つ大きな転機となったのは8月の世界選手権でシンドゥ選手に決勝を戦ったんですけど、7点7点21対7点21対7点と本当に大差で負けてしまって、その時は本当に落ち込むというよりもなんでこんな展開になってしまったんだろうというか、まず自分の頭の中ではちょっとパニックな感じになっていて、そこから、気持ちの面だったりプレースタイルの面だったり一からもう一回見直して自分の良さは何なのか、自分の強み、そしてこれからどこを伸ばしていくのかっていうところは一つ見直すきっかけになった大会になったんじゃないかなと思っていて、そこら辺でずっと決勝で負け続けてはいたんですけど、世界ランキング1位にもなっていて、これを周りのコメントからだったり記者からはまた負けたけどその原因はっていう結構ネガティブな質問が多かったんですけど、でも私の身の回りにいる近くにいるスタッフたちはアベレージ上がってきただったり、そういうポジティブに自分のその結果を捉えてくれていたので、そういったところがすごい助けになりながら 自分のその決勝を勝ち切るっていうところを乗り越えるいろんなきっかけになったのは2019年後半かなと思ってます。そこが一つオリンピック直前の大きな最後の大会だと思っていたので、そこで勝負するつもりではいたんですけど、またベスト4前回その前回の前衛と同じ結果、そして対戦相手も同じ人に中国のチェン・フェイン選手に負けてしまって、ただ自分の中で一つ成長したなと思うのは、その試合内容は自分の中でその1年前よりもこう確実に彼女に近づけたっていう実感があったので、そこはポジティブかなと。残り前衛からなので5ヶ月4ヶ月5ヶ月ぐらいで、その今までやってきた積み重ねっていうのは間違ってなかったのなっていうところが確認できたので、結果には満足してないですけど、内容的にはまずまずだったかなとは思ってました。
It's time for a short break. Coming up, we continue our Olympics preview with Japanese medal hopeful Akane Yamaguchi, 19-year-old teenage sensation Tai Tzu Ying, and Thailand's two-time Olympian Ratchanok Intanon.
Any middle is okay. Yeah, but deep of my bottom heart, I feel I want to be the champion in the Olympics.
Welcome back. You're watching Badminton Unlimited's special preview of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Earlier on, we heard from top women's singles favourites Tai Tzu Ying and Nozomi Okuhara. Time now to turn our attention to Ratchanok Intanon, Tai Tzu Ying and Akane Yamaguchi. For Japan's Akane Yamaguchi, Tokyo will be her second outing at the Olympics after a quarter-final exit in the 2016 edition. Since then, the 24-year-old has not only used the time to fine-tune her skills, but also examine her approach to qualifying for the 2020 Games, and that undoubtedly helped Yamaguchi withstand a tumultuous qualifying period.
リオの時はあんまり自分が、そんなに出場できるっていう風にあんまり考えてなかったので、なんかあっという間にオリンピックが来て出場して試合ができたっていう感じだったんですけど、今回はしっかりリオから4年間、今5年間になりますけど、しっかり自分の成長と向き合いながらやってこれたのは違う点かなと思います。いい時は2019年の夏にインドネシアオープンと、ジャパンオープンで2週連続で優勝できた時があったんですけど、それがちょうどオリンピック、もともと開催される予定だったオリンピックの1年前で、オリンピックの会場で同じ会場で優勝できたのもあって、その時はすごく1年後が楽しみだなっていう感じはあったんですけど、その後に、怪我をしたりとか、思うように自分が納得いくプレーができることが少なくなって、そこから、今は結構いいプレーも増えてきてると思うんですけど、なんかそこまでかかる時間は少し大変だったなっていうふうに感じます。コロナが広がる前にその絶好調っていうわけではなかったので、準備する時間が増えたっていうふうに考えると、そんなに、落ち込んだりとか気落ちするような時間ではなかったのかなっていうふうに思います。難しいですけど、この状況になる前は一番はやっぱり自分が楽しく納得のいくプレーをして、それで終われたら、結果は良くても悪くても、自分も納得して終われると思いますし、 周りの方もそれで何か伝えられるんじゃないかなっていうふうに考えてはいたんですけど、この状況になって、オリンピックに賛成というか応援してくれる方もいれば、そうではない方もいるのは仕方のないことだと思うので、その応援してくれる方、そうでない方、それぞれに自分がこうプレーをすること、オリンピックが開催されることで何が伝えていけるかとか、どういうふうに思ってもらえるかっていうようなプレーをしていくっていうのも大切になってくるんじゃないかなと思います。
In Ratchanok Intanon, Thailand has a seasoned Olympic campaigner. Tokyo 2020 will be the 26-year-old's third consecutive appearance at the Summer Games, and the world number 6 is hoping to show her best form.
When I was 17, I played the Olympic at my first time. So that time I'm not expect with my result and it quite well. And the second Olympic, I'm too much expect with myself that I can be the one of who can take the medal. So it's not so good for me that I'm thinking like that. For this time, if Olympic can happen, and I also think that it's not about experience, it's not about what I have to pressure, but I have to pass every what I thinking on the court. So if I can beat myself, I think that I can be better from the last time. In 2020, it will be my good year. My result also quite good. From the 2019 until last year, I can be a champion some tournament, and even sometimes I'm lose. I also learn from that time. From the set. Sometimes when I lose, I cry. I cry alone in the room. But I'm lucky that I'm not too much thinking, like not the long time, but just one day or something that after that I'm getting better. You cannot do anything. Yeah, just training harder and keep fighting. Of course, it's better chance for another player, but it also not so much excited if she is not playing, right? Badminton style is not can control because we play with the full body. For me, I just try to be careful what we just plan how, like week by week. Any middle is okay. Yeah, but deep of my bottom heart, I feel I want to be the champion in the Olympics.
19-year-old Tai Tzu Ying has the game and on many occasions proven that she has the ability to cause an upset. With a big W against the sport's biggest names such as Tai Tzu Ying, Carolina Marin, Akane Yamaguchi and Prasala V. Sindhu, the Korean is certainly an exciting prospect at the Olympics.
저는 일단 올림픽 레이스를 시작하기 전에 99등이라는 등수에서 시작을 했거든요. 그래서 이번 연도에 올림픽만 출전만 하게 됐으면 좋겠다는 생각으로 그랬어서 이게 가능성이 거의 없었죠. 이제 올림픽 레이스 시작할 때 뉴질랜드 오픈이라고 300대회가 있었는데 그 대회를 우승하면서 이제 바로 그 다음 대회인 수드리만컵 단체전이 있었는데 그때 제가 랭킹이 많이 낮았었는데 세계 랭킹 1위 타이징 선수를 이길 수 있게 돼서 일단 그 시점이 저에게는 이제 올라갈 시점이었던 것 같아요. 그때를 좀 잘 이겨내가지고 이제 랭킹을 많이 쌓을 수 있게 됐던 것 같아요. 네, 일단은 제가 나이가 많이 어리고 일단 꼭 이겨야 된다는 그런 부담이 없었던 것 같아요. 그냥 정말 부담 없이 제가 하고 싶은 대로만 게임을 뛸 수 있어서 그게 제일 이길 때 그런 부분이 제일 승리의 요인이지 않았었나 싶었어요. 원래 출전만 하게 될 때는 정말 그냥 그 올림픽이라는 대회를 뛰는 것만으로도 너무 좋았는데 이제 1년이라는 시간이 흐르고 이제 제가 어느 정도 랭킹이 쌓여져 있다 보니까 이제 주위에서 기대를 많이 해주시는 부분이 많아요. 그래서 응원도 많이 해주시고 이제 거기에 맞게 좀 그분이 제 주위 분들을 조금 응원해 주신 만큼 이제 제가 열심히 해서 메달도 한번 따보고도 싶고 처음이지만 그래도 욕심을 많이 내면 안 될 때가 많더라고요. 그래가지고 한 게임 한 게임 최선을 다해서 해야 될 것 같아요. 일단 정말 많은 분들이 응원해 주셔서 너무 감사하기도 하고 정말 한편으로는 진짜 조금은 부담이 되기도 할 때가 있거든요. 그래가지고 좀 혼자 있을 때 혼자 많이 있고 싶어 하고 제가 지금 좀 밤에는 정말 아무 생각을 안 하려고 많이 하고 있어요. 좀 생각을 내보내고 멍을 많이 때린다 해야 되나? 네, 그렇게 해소하고 있습니다.
Of course, it's desperately disappointing for her and for badminton, for everyone, that she's not able to defend her title. That makes, in my opinion, Tai Tzu Ying one of the top favourites. I think Tai Tzu Ying has performed quite steadily and got excellent technique and movement on court. I'm sure she will be ready. I don't see her as a player that's really getting down by feeling the pressure from the tournaments and so on. She goes in and she plays her best always. Okuhara has been playing really well lately, and it's just nice to see how she's performed so consistently. I, however, think that Yamaguchi has got, on her good days, she can play a little bit better than Okuhara. She's got a little bit more in her toolbox, so to speak. Okuhara have to hope and wish for her opponents not performing to their absolute top, because then I think she would be in trouble. Yeah, in my next group, I wouldn't call them outsiders, but they are just a little bit less likely in my book to get to the semi-final, and that's exactly Ratchanok Intanon, PV Sindhu and Ang Se-young. The problem for Ratchanok Intanon is that physically she has over the years sort of showed us that she is not the strongest. We know that Sindhu is a very good performer when it comes to these big occasions, but I must say that since she won the World Championship in 2019, her performance has dropped quite dramatically. When it comes to Ang Se-young, I think we have the exact opposite situation of Tai Tzu Ying. Perhaps Ang Se-young is not experienced enough, and perhaps she's playing a little bit too safe. It would be tough for her to find the winners. I think in the women's singles, it's so competitive that there is no chance of you to hold back at any given time. You really have to do your best all the time. Because it's so special, there's a lot of pressure. If you're really nervous, you have a tendency to get tired earlier. So when you go into the Olympics in such a fierce competition, you have to be extremely fit and ready. So that's another thing to consider.
That's it for the women's singles preview. Next week, we turn our attention to the fast and dynamic men's doubles as we speak to the top contenders, including 4 host team Japan's representatives, plus 2-time Olympians Muhammad Hassan and Hendra Setiawan.
Kita juga nggak nyangka bisa qualified lagi untuk Olimpiade tahun ini. Dan juga kita dulu kan sempat berpisah, balik lagi.
For more of the latest updates and news on the Tokyo Olympics, do log on to olympics.bwfbadminton.com. Bye bye and see you again for our men's doubles special edition.